Hello everyone! So I really don't post update videos very often, as anyone who follows the channel will very well. I thought today what I've done recently could use some elaboration because I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea or, get scared or just get the wrong idea in any kind of way. So I figured a little bit of an explanation was needed. So anyone who follows me on Twitter might have seen my tweet that I actually have already done that, I just finished. I am removing all of my narration videos, my Creepypasta narration videos from my channel, and there's a couple different reasons I'm doing this, but just full explanation, all the cards on the table, I'm going to explain my reasons for this. So if you follow my channel, you're familiar. The Shadows Speak is the title of my narration series. So what I've done is I've saved all the videos, so don't worry, those videos are not deleted from existence. They are on my computer. I've saved them all. I've taken them off of YouTube. Some of them or all of them will possibly be going back up. I can't say when or exactly which ones, but there will be some point in time when some or most of them will probably be going back up. And now I'll get to my reason for doing this. Basically, when I first started doing narrations, I was unclear on the rules as far as if stories that were read on narration channels were just fair game, like free to all to read, and whether or not the author had to be asked because it's on the internet. Is it just okay to use as long as you credit them? Like, I was very unsure. It seemed like a gray area, and it still somewhat seems like a gray area. But basically, what I've come to realize recently is that when a person writes something and puts it on the internet, even though it's on the internet for the world to see and use or read or repost, that writing, ultimately that writing is called intellectual property, and that intellectual property belongs to the person that created it, to the writer, if it is a piece of writing. So basically what I did was, and this is just my opinion, I'm not saying that this is something that people do when they decide to narrate stories. This is just my personal opinion. I want to make that clear. Basically, I feel recently like all of the pieces of writing that I read and made a video out of and put on my channel, I basically feel like I have stolen intellectual property by doing that. And so what I want to do now is just try and correct my mistakes by taking down all the videos and not putting them back up until I've asked proper permission from the authors. If they're for the stories that had known authors, there were at least 4 or 5 that I did that were anonymously written, but not anonymously posted, which is another thing I need to look into, because I don't know if you have to give the poster credit even if they didn't write it. I don't know. I have no idea. But anyways, that is my main kind of ground reason for doing what I did. And I also want to reiterate that, like anyone else, I know like 9 out of 10 people who watch my videos, they are also other horror narrators. So I just want to make clear to them that, like, I'm not trying to start a trend of like what I'm doing. I don't want this to like catch fire and everyone starts doing this. Like, this is my personal decision about my channel, and this is how I feel on the matter. I don't want anyone else to feel like they need to do what I'm doing unless they're taking it upon themselves to do that. So basically, I don't want anyone to feel like they're stealing intellectual property or anything like that. I just want to make it clear this is my personal decision. Anything anyone else wants to do with their channel is their personal decision, and they should come to those decisions on their own. Nobody should force them to make decisions they don't want to make. So now that that's all the way, I hope that's totally clear. And I just want to reiterate also that I'm not killing my channel. I'm not abandoning my channel. I realize there's been considerable less activity on it in the past few months. Part of that was just lack of motivation. I kind of just felt not very motivated to do videos. I know it happened to me a long time ago with HWH Gaming. I kind of lost my passion for doing gaming videos and then switched to streaming and found that I liked that quite a lot, which I was still doing once in a while when I have time for it. The main reason now for the lack of flow as far as video uploads go is just I started school recently and it's a full-time program, so I don't have much time to make videos. I quit my job to do this program, and it seemed only right that I quit YouTube also, temporarily, not for good, to do that as well. So that's the reason for the lack of video output. So basically, oh, I just made some notes here, so what else am I going to say? So yeah, and I won't go into a lot of detail about what intellectual property is, because honestly, I'm not the best person to speak on that subject. If you want to, you could probably ask, there's a lot of writers in the community, if you want to ask one of them what intellectual property is, or if you want to take it upon yourself to do the research, it would probably be beneficial for you. But again, totally your choice. I won't go into what intellectual property is more than I already have, because I'm not an expert, so I don't want to give any false information. I will say that there are certain videos I will absolutely put back up. I will definitely find a way to do that, because I'm not an overly sentimental person, but there are videos that do hold some sentimental value to me. There are other videos I put a great deal of work into, then I don't want to throw that work away, because I really like it and I'm proud of what I did. And then there are other videos which are included in the two categories I already mentioned, are the collaborations I did. I did a very long video with Miss Monster, and I did another very long video with both Mr. Lonely Dark and Lily C Nation. And it took a great amount of time and a lot of work to make those videos, and I know the three of them really enjoyed the finished product of what I made. So, more so for their sakes than mine, I'm going to put those videos back up for everyone to enjoy and for them to enjoy. There was another one I did with Fear Crawler, and even though it wasn't particularly long and there wasn't a huge amount of effort that went into it, I know Fear Crawler really enjoyed making that video. He enjoyed how it turned out. I also really enjoy how it turned out. So I will be putting that one back up also. And there were a couple of videos I did with Being Scared that were both, I really liked them both. One was quite short, it was just a micropasta, but the other one it was called Lightless City, and I consider that one to be like my masterpiece. Like, I don't think I'll ever make a video that is better than Lightless City was. And that was also his little boy's kind of introduction to narrations, so that video, I imagine, holds a great deal of value to not just me but him as well. So there will be at least 4 or 5 videos I will make a very strong effort to get back up on the channel, but like I said earlier, I'm going to do it right. Nothing's going back up on my channel without the respective author's permission for all the videos, the stories that the videos were based on. So all of that out of the way, going forward, like I mentioned, everything that's going up will be with the permission of the authors, but this is not something I'm particularly, I don't want to say care enough about, because that sounds bad, but I'm not going to put a great deal of work into going out and like chasing down authors to ask them permission and all that. Basically, what I'm going to do now is, if there are writers of fictional horror stories that would like to send their stories to me and ask me to narrate them on my channel, I would be very flattered, and I would like that very much. And that's prior permission given, so I wouldn't have any residual guilt on the matter. Everything would be totally fine. So going forward, that's going to be my golden rule. If anybody would like to request a story, I ask that it was a story you wrote yourself, and then I will make a video out of it. There is a story that's been in the works for a few months now that's being written by Dreamer Jen. Anyone on Twitter, Anybody who's on Twitter in the horror community knows her very well, I'm sure. So her and I have been working on a story for a little while. Mostly her. She's writing the whole thing. I just had kind of the idea in the first place, but she's doing like 99% of the work. So that's going to be a thing. Maybe I'm hoping maybe we can start getting some things finalized for that by next summer. I don't really want to set a specific date because I don't want to have something anticipated that ends up taking a very long time to do. So that is the plans for the channel. I hope I haven't missed anything. So that's basically everything that's going on. So no narrations for the time being. The old ones are gone. If you wanted to watch them again, I'm really sorry. But most of them are not gone forever. They will very possibly be back up. And that's it for now. So all of you stay safe. Have a great Halloween. I hope you all enjoy that. Have a great time. Stay safe. And until next time, thanks for watching. Thanks for being my player too. I hope you enjoy this video that's playing. And until next time, don't get scared without me.